Portions of Colorado and Company contain paid content.
Good friends, gonna get you through the day. Good friends.
Yes, baby. Yes, 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 yes. Getting all ready for today. Good morning, everyone. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Woohoo! Yes, today commemorates the day that enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas finally received word of their freedom 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. And that day finally marked the end of slavery in the United States. So today is a celebration of freedom, culture, and community. And I'm so glad you're here with us on the Good Friends Friday. We have a lot to get to, so stay with me. From honoring the past to building a stronger future, we talk with Brick about the work happening right here in our community. And we're keeping the celebration going in the Coco Lounge. Matt from Dazzle Jazz Club is shaking up something special. Hey, Matt, what are you making for us today?
Today we're making the Jazzmopolitan.
I like puns. Very well. I can't wait. And of course, Denver jazz musician, Wil Alston joins us for some tunes that are guaranteed to get your Juneteenth moving and grooving. Yes, I said grooving. Colorado and Company starts right now. All right, well, Juneteenth is a day to reflect on our nation's history, but it's also a day to celebrate the culture, the community, and progress. And helping us kick things off is LaDawn Sullivan. She is the executive director of Black Resilience in Colorado Fund, or known as BRIC, B-R-I-C. Hi, LaDawn.
Hi, how are you?
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth to you too.
Thank you very much. Okay, for those who might not know or be familiar, tell our viewers what the BRIC Fund is.
So the Black Resilience in Colorado Fund, or BRIC Fund, is the first Black community fund in Colorado. And what we do is we support Black-led and serving nonprofit organizations who are really the bedrock of liberation and progress for Black, equitable, and strong communities in Colorado.
That's fantastic. You must love your job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you must love your job. All right, is this a special day, of course, for BRIC? It's your, what is it, 6th anniversary?
Yes.
Mazel tov, very exciting. And it actually falls on Juneteenth. What does it mean to you that BRIC was founded on this day, and how does it sort of continue to shape the fund's overall mission?
So, well, of course, we were founded on Juneteenth in 2020, which, was right at this horrible culmination of COVID and escalated racial injustice. Yep. And so BRIC's founding is really rooted in Black liberation and what it means to actually build strong Black equitable communities. We're one of 50 plus Black funds and foundations across the country.
Really? So
we're really proud to be a part of that a collective body. But on this day, it really is, I would say, if you want to say it, brings that liberating spirit forward, and particularly Black folks coming together and building on the history, legacy, culture, and heritage of who we are as a resilient people. Absolutely. And so BRIC is rooted in that, and we're just excited to be a part of the ecosystem in Colorado's Black communities.
It's really hard that it went on in 2020 with all the racial, discrimination, but there was something kind of beautiful that it bloomed at that time too, because it was so necessary. All right, art in all forms, we know this, has always been central to Black life, resistance, joy. I know you're very passionate about art. I'm an art history major.
Oh,
I studied such artists Jacob Lawrence, Jean-Michel Basquiat, and also, of course, Kehinde Wiley, who I'm very excited about. Mm-hmm. But you think creative expression is essential to the communities that BRIC serves. Why is that?
Well, if you think about the art arc in Black communities, it's been a source of joy, it's been a source of resilience and strength, but it's also been a source of messaging of who we are, and a way in which we express our value amongst ourselves and to others. And so it's been a critical cornerstone of BRIC, one that if you were to look at our website and all of the things that we do, we really try to incorporate art in every form.
Smart.
As a part of who we are, because it's so critical to Black life.
Absolutely. I know the Kehinde Wiley, Obama's portraits, like you see little girls looking at that and you're like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So one thing we have to talk about is BRIC's huge grant to Cleo Parker Robinson Dance. Now for their new building, that's what we're doing it for. Mm-hmm. What does that mean, the investment to you, beyond just the dollars? Because Alvin Ailey, all these dance troupes, what does it mean to you?
Well, As I said before, art is a cornerstone of Black community.
Yeah.
Our creative expression and the way in which I think we actually have changed the world.
Amen.
And particularly in how we see ourselves and how others see us. And so our grant to Cleo Parker Robinson Dance in this moment where they were going to not only own the land that they're on, but expand their campus, expand their ability to touch and reach others in Colorado, but I would even say beyond that, was paramount for what we say we do as BRIC. And so being a Black-led and Black-serving, majority-serving organization, Cleo's expansion and our gift to that is a way that we're actually anchoring multi-generational investment. So, you know, it's not just for us to see right now, which now when you go by the building, we're like, oh my God.
That's awesome.
But we know future generations are going to be able to explore their history, their heritage, and really like sink themselves into that and express it joyfully.
That's
through
so
dance and all the
imperative.
programs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, my mom always took me to those dance, like the Alvin Ailey's, and it was like phenomenal to see. Martha, I mean, it was just amazing, but you do not want to see me dance. You just don't.
Well, I'll leave that to your opinion.
It is like a lot of shoulder, like it's not great. So
good.
everybody, in celebration of the BRIC Fund's 6th anniversary, every single dollar donated this month will be matched, I did not know this, up to $25,000. You can also support in other ways through your time, your talent, your testimony, or your social ties. I want you to learn more at bricfund.org. Again, it's BRIC. You can take a screenshot of your screen right now. You can also follow them on Instagram and Facebook. It's on the handle at your screen right now. Thank you so much, LaDawn.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. What a fabulous organization. Well, it is Good Friends Friday, and it's Juneteenth, so you know what that means. Time for some music. Yeah, that's my dancing.
Okay.
Here's Wil Alston with one of my favorites that I learned in grade school, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Hit it.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our Father sighed. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered, and we have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from a gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way. And Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light, and keep us forever on the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadowed beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land. True to our God, true to our native land. Oh, true to our God, and true to our native land.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
Any viewer right now, are you guys doing a remodel or even just updating your appliances like a new dishwasher, washing machines? Just raise your hand. I think a lot of you are doing that. But do you also want to save a ton of moolah? Yes, we do. So right now at Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom, you will find unbeatable 4th of July prices. Chef Mark Calix, that's amazing, unbelievable, is here with just a few of the special buys and deals. So pay attention. This is important. Now, there are appliance factories and mattress kingdoms like all over the place.
That's right. We have over 20 locations in Colorado, in the mountains, all the way from Silverthorne to Grand Junction, up and down the Front Range. And to highlight a few of my favorite locations, our Parker store on Parker and Lincoln. A tremendous store there. We have a great store in Westminster, Sheridan, and Highway 36 there, that kind of diagonal corner there. Very busy. And then, of course, our superstore in Thornton, our flagship store. But wherever you go, you're going to find great deals. 4th of July prices, you know when they're going on?
No.
Right now.
Yes.
That's right. You can save up to 70%. Prices are going up from the manufacturers, but we've got a warehouse full of appliances that we purchased at a lower price, ready for deals. So swing on by. Don't wait. Manufacturer prices are going up, but you can get deals now.
Deals, deals. You guys are a kingdom. You're all over.
We're a kingdom, indeed.
You reign over Denver, right? So let's talk about how you can truly save money on, let's say, kitchen essentials. Like, how are you guys able to do that?
Yeah, what makes us different is our special buys. So we truly save customers money because we have exclusive manufacturer contracts to buy overstock product. So what happens if there's a supply chain gridlock and the manufacturers, they got to get the stuff out of their warehouse. So we get that into our warehouse. It's marked down, new in-box product, full factory warranty at manufacturer savings.
Wow. Wow. That's so smart. Take care of the gridlock and move it at a cheaper price.
That's right.
So the fridge and the oven also part of this?
Yeah, so we've got this tremendous deal. Let's go over this. Let's do some shopping.
Shopping!
So
My
how about this
favorite.
KitchenAid kitchen? So check this out. When you buy the refrigerator for almost 50% off, you're going to get the microwave and the range for free.
The range too?
The range and the microwave for free. 50% off. This is the best time to buy. And if you need to complete the kitchen, we've got dishwashers, of course, and we have the best. We have Bosch dishwashers.
I love Bosch.
So normally the MSRP on this is $849, but we're going to use the keyword freedom.
Freedom. Oh, is that what the keyword is?
That's right.
You'll have to say this to get the deals. Freedom. Okay.
Freedom. You're going to go into the store. You're going to mention the keyword freedom, and our price $599.
Oh my gosh.
With 0% 4-year financing.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You know we love our keywords, so we also have laundry.
Yes.
Yeah, so now's a great time to get a new washer and dryer. Everybody needs a new washer dryer.
Yes, my
Get rid of that old
executive
stuff.
producer,
Yeah.
her clothes aren't drying.
Oh, well, we got you, girl. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We got Whirlpool. Look at this. You're gonna buy the washer. Normally, this is $2,000 just for the washer, but you mentioned the keyword freedom. That's right. Get the washer for just $1,298, and we love free. We're giving you that dryer for free.
That's incredible.
And we got an even better deal. We got top load washer. Normally this is $599, but use that keyword, freedom. That's right, $349, and that's 2 days only.
Unbelievable. All right, how else can customers save money? There's other things?
There's other things. We've got strategies, and what we have is uncrated merchandise. So what happens is if the box gets damaged, the manufacturers, they don't want that back.
Right.
So it comes to us. We uncrate the merchandise.
Okay.
We make sure that it's in new condition. It's full manufacturer warranty, and we sell that at a huge discount. So our out-of-box product is oftentimes the best deals.
Yeah.
And here's an example. Check out this Frigidaire. Holy smokes, TV exclusive, keyword, freedom. Normally $1,399, but $799.
I mean, that's crazy.
Ice and water and door.
Oh, that's my favorite. With Frigidaire,
Yeah.
like I love that.
Frigidaire,
You know, just very trusted, you know?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Tremendous brand.
Now let's talk mattress, because you're
Okay.
also a kingdom of the mattresses.
We're the kingdom of the
Yes, you are.
mattresses, yes.
Talk to me about mattresses as well.
Yes, we lord over the mattresses
your
with,
reign
with
over-
all our best brands here. We got Beauty Rest Black, Purple, Nectar, Casper, Dream Cloud, and my favorite, Tempur-Pedic. Yeah, and we've got an exclusive TV offer. You know the keyword by now.
Yes,
Freedom.
freedom.
That's right. Normally this set sells for $1,800, but
good
when you
Lord.
buy the mattress for just $1,099, you get the free heads-up adjustable base.
I love my adjustable
Me
base.
too.
I
Yeah.
do. I cross-stitch in there, read
Oh
books.
yeah, no, it's a room of the house now with that adjustable base.
Totally.
Yeah.
Unbelievable pricing. All right. Get unbeatable 4th of July prices at Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom. Shop now and enjoy deep discounts on top brands of appliances and, of course, mattresses. Check them out online at appliancefactory.com or shop in store. The people are very nice to see the huge selection in person. They sponsor today's segment.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.
We're so glad you're still with us on Colorado and Company. Now, Black music helps tell the American story through struggle, through faith, through creativity, and through community. Joining us now, I'm so excited, is local vocalist and arts advocate Wil Alston. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Thank
to
you very
as
much.
well.
So first up, who do we have here with you, the keyboardist? We've got to do a
So
shout
I
out.
have an amazing accompanist by the name of Daniel Moran.
Daniel, beautiful work, really
Don't
beautiful.
leave home without him.
Yeah, you just take them everywhere.
I take 'em everywhere.
Now let's talk about June, okay? It's a really important month. We celebrate, of course, Juneteenth and Black Music Month.
Absolutely.
Okay, why do these celebrations seem to you so vital to the community?
Well, I think, you know, when you look at Black music, it's been such a record or story platform for the African American community. So when you intersect it with a month like Juneteenth, it becomes kind of the storyline, and music from the spirituals all the way up to some of the more modern R&B stuff. They're poems and stories that really tell the experience of kind of the African American experience. And so when you get those two things intersecting in June, it becomes a kind of a special month for the African American
Very
community.
powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
All right, the first song you performed, is it the Black National Anthem?
It is.
It is. I learned this in my grade school, as I said. We learned the traditional one, but
Yeah.
it's called Lift Every Voice and Sing. What does that song mean to you personally, and why did you want to include it today?
So a couple of reasons. First, it's such a a powerful song
Yeah.
and an important song for our community, and it's one that, you know, you learned it as a child,
Yep.
singing it. And so, but for me, I looked at, you know, these kind of Black anthem songs, and like we do with the spirituals, and they were such a powerful tool and weapon for helping us to kind of sustain some of the things we were going through. And so we look at what's happening today, and music still plays that same role. But you take a song like that, sometimes you need to modernize it, and again, you know, respectfully,
For sure.
but modernize it. And so that's what we wanted to do with this song. We wanted to give it a kind of fresh coat of paint, and you know, we hope we made James Weldon Johnson proud by,
I think you did.
by the arrangement that we did. So
I think you did. And it kind of, you can hear the song in a different way when you did it,
Absolutely.
which is
Absolutely.
so, you know, vital. We're going to hear you sing, I cry every single time, Amazing Grace, in just a minute. But you blend elements here of jazz, gospel, storytelling, which I think is the most important
Absolutely.
throughout. So how do spirituals influence the music that we hear?
it is absolutely the foundation. I mean, and not just African American and Black music,
Right.
but most of American music was born on the shoulders of the spirituals. And when you look at the Negro spiritual, it was such a mode of communication for the early slaves, and they were traditions that they brought from Africa.
Right.
And so to kind of be able to again freshen them and keep them relevant in today's musical landscape. I think that's something that we're trying to do, is to really keep those songs in front of folks, because their messages are still very relevant and very powerful today.
And that storyline goes through. I heard
Absolutely.
enslaved people would sing to tell you where the next,
Absolutely.
like an underground railroad, like follow the gourd, follow the
Absolutely.
gourd. Yeah. That's
There's
fascinating.
down at University of Denver, there's a program there founded by Dr. Arthur Jones called the Spirituals Project. And if you're not familiar with them, you need to make your way, because you can learn, what he's sharing and teaching through the Spirituals Project about what role those spirituals played. It's very relevant and very powerful.
And very vital to the
and
community.
Very vital, absolutely.
From history, from years.
Absolutely.
Okay, one of the songs you're performing is actually a historical tribute to Denver's Five Points.
Indeed.
The
Yes,
Five
indeed.
Points neighborhood, it's historic. Why is 5 Points such an important part of Colorado's cultural history?
In its heyday, it was probably one of the most significant African American cultural centers in the Midwest.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And so when you think about, there was, it was this village square for art and for entrepreneurs and for doctors and teachers. And so again, because the history of this country and segregation, so we couldn't live everywhere, so we made do with the neighborhoods we could live in. And so 5 Points was that neighborhood in Denver where, it was the community center, it was the heartbeat. And so to be able to keep that kind of a community and to preserve that history and that culture, and in it, jazz was such an important DNA strand that flowed through 5 Points. And so that's the piece that I'm really trying to keep lifted up today, is that jazz preservation.
Whenever I drive through that, I'm going to think of you.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to send you back, Wil, over to perform, I can't wait, your next song. So listen up, Coco. If you want to check out Wil's tunes, I want you to go to wilsgroove.com. It's one L. I want to make sure you guys get that. You can also find him on Facebook, Instagram, but all you have to do is search Wil Alston. He's phenomenal.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear. The hour I first believed, amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing grace, amazing grace, how sweet, sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Through many dangers, toils and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safely out, and grace shall lead me home when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing grace, amazing grace, how sweet, sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me, a wretch like me. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back to a fantastic Good Friends Friday. Now, we're here in the Coco Lounge, mixing up something special for Juneteenth. I've got Matt here from the Dazzle Jazz Club, which I adore. It's in Denver. Matt, I have to say, as I said, I love your club.
Awesome.
It's phenomenal. It's truly filled with Dazzle. I'm sorry for the jazz fans. Matt, before we get started with the drink, for people who may not know, tell us about Dazzle.
Dazzle is a local, independently owned live music venue. Wow. We have music 7 nights a week. We've been in the Colorado music scene for 29 years.
Ooh.
In 1997, we started at 9th and Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
In 2017, we moved to 1512 Curtis in the Bowers Building. And then we are in our third iteration in the Denver Arts Complex at 1080 14th Street.
That's where I saw you guys.
That's a great place.
Yeah, got a little tipsy, learned a little
Nice.
some jazz. Okay, let's jump right in as tipsy goes.
Cool.
Okay, what are you making for us today?
Today we're making Jazzmopolitan.
I just love that name. You don't just make great cocktails, you also have a lot of non-alcoholic as well?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, how do we, tell us what you're doing with this.
First, I'm putting ice in our shaker.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm taking 1.5 ounces of vodka, the good stuff.
I'm a vodka
Right.
fan.
I
This
can
is
leave this for you if
mythology.
you need me to.
Yeah.
This is mythology.
Nice.
It's local.
Like, oh, I love that.
Yep. And then we do 0.75 ounces of our orange cordial. Our bar staff makes this in-house.
That's lovely. It's very cordial of them.
Right. And it's just sugar and orange juice and orange peel boiled down.
Oh, wow.
And then they add some vanilla liqueur.
Oh, my goodness.
It's really good.
Very nice.
And then
a
we
little
do
tart, yeah?
A little bit, yeah. We do 1/2 ounce of lime juice and 1/2 ounce
I
of
love
cranberry juice.
This seems awesome. And then you shake.
Shake it up.
I love the shake. We should have Daniel play something during. Yeah, baby.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? How's that go?
Oh, and now, this kind of glass.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel so like sophisticated.
Double strain.
Okay.
So make sure
Oh,
all
look
the
at
ice
the
is
color.
out. Make sure all the ice is out.
Does the glass shape impact the taste or no?
Not necessarily
Okay.
so.
Okay. Like the aroma.
Right. For some of the things it does, yes, but in these coupes, not necessarily.
Yeah, got
And you
it.
top it with lime.
Okay.
There we go.
Unbelievable. Cheers, everybody, for a
Cheers.
fantastic show and to Juneteenth. Here we go. Wow.
Yeah.
I taste so many tastes right now. The vanilla, the lime, that's fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go in for just one more. I'm gonna drink that all. Tell me about the mocktails. I'll keep drinking.
Yeah, so as everybody knows, alcoholic drinks are
Huge right now.
huge,
Yeah.
huge, and non-alcoholic. So we introduced an Italian soda. So this is a blueberry lemon Italian soda.
For summer?
Yes, for summer.
Oh my gosh.
We also have a honey lavender.
Oh, people
Italian
go
soda.
crazy for
They
that
sure do.
flavor.
They sure do. And several of other mocktails as well.
I think it's, sorry, I'm drinking. I think that having an NA mocktail just fills out your whole menu. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Because some people, if they're a designated driver, they
Yeah,
don't feel like having alcohol, but
totally.
they still want something nice to drink, then I think the NA way is the way to go.
And Gen Z is super mocktaily,
Very
which
much
is
so,
great.
yes.
Okay, do people need to get tickets if they want to see a show?
Well, I mean, if you want the full Dazzle experience in our listening room, then yes, you purchase a ticket.
Okay.
But our bar and lounge side are always open to just drop in, grab a drink, grab a bite to eat, and you can listen to the music. And on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday late nights, in the El Chapultepec Lounge, we feature free shows that are either a solo piano, solo guitar, or a duo as well. And so there's a free every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night in the lounge.
Y'all, date night, ooh, solo night, girls night.
Right?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually not, is it adults only? I hear you actually have a kids day?
Yes, on Saturdays we do a kids matinee.
How
at noon.
smart is this?
It's been a lot of fun. It started with a grant program when we were at Bowers location. And we just
Really?
expanded it, yeah.
So smart to get people educated as young kids.
Yeah, that's a very interactive kids matinee program. Runs for about an hour just because we know their attention spans aren't that long. But we also do, if people want to expose their child or their young person
Yes.
to music,
Yes.
we offer free tickets to the evening shows as well.
For
So you
kids?
yeah, for kids.
Unbelievable.
Kids under 12.
My parents were really important about jazz, music, arts, and it was so good to learn it at such a young age.
Right, yeah.
You've been with Dazzle for like a couple months or what?
Since 2003.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Mazel Tov, that's amazing. All right, we need the band to come over.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, come on over, Will and Daniel. We're gonna share some drinks. You guys are gonna get the blueberry, what's it called?
It's a lemon blueberry Italian soda.
Oh God, that sounds good. Doesn't that sound refreshing?
Which one is non-alcoholic?
These are both non-alcoholic.
Yes, those are both.
And now I'm gonna drink, let's cheers. Hold on,
Cheers.
Will. Here we go, cheers. To
Cheers.
Juneteenth, to music,
Cheers.
to jazz,
Cheers.
to Dazzle.
Cheers. To 5
Cheers,
points.
that's right.
To 5
5 points, that's right. I'm gonna drink the whole thing.
That's okay.
I'm gonna drink the whole thing and get tipsy for the show. Amazing. Now, if you wanna check out Dazzle and listen to some amazing jazz, you can get more information at dazzledenver.com. You can also find them on Instagram, Facebook, if you're into that. Please remember to drink responsibly. More cocoa. Cheers after the break.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
Welcome back. Now, today's Healthy Colorado conversation is about supporting women through every stage of life, which I gotta be honest is vital, since medical research has excluded women for so long. OBGYN Dr. Tiffany Wilson with Common Spirit Health stopped by to share more about her passion to nurture what's next for women. Take a look at this, it's vital. Anybody watching knows someone who has had breast cancer or gone through something like that. At what age are we really supposed to be talking to our doctors about breast health and mammograms?
So mammogram or breast cancer screening usually starts between the ages of 40 and 50. Our major governing bodies are a little bit of a house divided, but I usually recommend for patients to start mammograms at age 40.
Okay.
And then they're, again, house divided on whether or not you do them annually or
Right.
every 2 years. I'll be very honest, I'm likely to forget, so I just do them annually so I don't have to worry about it.
Smart.
And a lot of the times we might remind our patients, just do it around your birthday.
Yeah, I was
so
just
that you
gonna
know,
say,
like
give
every
yourself
year.
the birthday. I always was thinking about that. And I do the mammograms, guys. They're not terribly painful. And I always chat up the nurses and everyone's having a good time.
No, I mean, it's a little squeeze, but really and truly, most of the technicians who are doing it do a good job
They
of
do.
keeping you a little bit distracted so
Totally.
you don't know what's going on,
Totally.
and then before you know it, it's over.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm at a certain age, well written, by the way. What other screenings are there is important to talk to your doctor about?
So really and truly, it kind of depends on when you begin your OBGYN journey. And I actually recommend that young women start seeing their OBGYN even as early as maybe 13, 14, not necessarily for anything specific, but just to sort of start building that rapport because, I mean, women's health and OBGYN physicians, we sort of travel with you through your entire lifespan. So when you start to the first screening is obviously when you become sexually active, we really want to talk to our young women about screening for sexually transmitted infections. So that's very important. Highly recommend, obviously, safer sex practices, so protected intercourse as much as possible, but things happen. So we definitely want to make sure we get screened for those infections. Pap smear screening or cervical cancer screening usually starts around age 21.
Okay.
And that's usually every 3 years until age 30.
Okay.
And then at age 30, we start adding in HPV screening, or human papillomavirus screening. And as long as those tests are negative, then we space out to every 5 years.
I heard that. Like, I was going every year, but then they're like, you can wait.
You can wait. So this is an important distinction to make.
Okay, good.
You still should visit your OBGYN annually because there's other things to talk about. Like we still talk about breast health. This is a time where we might talk about, okay, what's going on with your hormones, like perimenopause, thyroid screening, things like that. So you still want to see your OBGYN every year, even though you might not have a pap smear.
Okay, I did not know that, and I wasn't doing that. So thank you, Dr. Wills. I absolutely wasn't.
Please come visit your friendly local gynecologist.
I will.
We'd love to see you.
And it's like you said, at 13, it's important to have like trust with that person.
Yeah.
That's a very intimate relationship you want to have.
So intimate.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what are your opinions about when I was a kid, the breast self-exams in the shower? You lift your shoulder. Is that still going on? Do
100%.
I thought so. Okay.
100%.
Good, because I'm still doing that.
As you should. A large volume of women actually do detect their own breast lumps and bumps. And then go to the doctor and say, hey, I felt something. Can we work this up? Can we evaluate it? So breast self-examination is really important. Highly recommend to do it once a month. Choose the same time each month.
During your period, can you do that?
You can do it during your period or a couple days before or after is usually what we recommend, just so that it's the same time, because then you know exactly what your breast tissue is like at that time of the month.
Smart.
And, you know, especially for some of those of us who might have dense breast tissue.
I have dense breast tissue, yeah.
Same, right?
Yeah.
Me
Hey,
too. Me
right
too. So then it's like, okay, you get to know what your girls feel like.
Right.
You really want to know, okay, these are mine, they live with me every day. So you get really comfortable.
I name mine, it's great. Okay, some of the signs we should be looking for are things that are signal to make an appointment. I assume any kind of pea-sized lump or anything hard.
Anything that is a change.
I see.
Lump or bump, change in visualization, like before you start your breast exam, the first thing you want to do is look in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they look the same? Are they about the same size? Now, breasts are not exactly the same size. One is usually slightly larger. But if you start to see any skin changes, darkening, anything like that, in addition to lumps or bumps, if you are pressing the nipple and you're noticing a discharge,
yes, I've heard of
you
this.
definitely want to head to your OBGYN and ask questions. Some discharges are normal, but some are abnormal. And we are there to help you sort of figure out, okay, do we need to work up this further, or is this absolutely normal?
Got it.
So for breast exams, those are some big things. In your vaginal area, in your lady parts, as I lovingly like to call them.
Lady parts is beautiful.
Lady parts. You got to take care of them. If you notice any change in discharge, anything that's uncomfortable, an itch, a burn, a bump, anything like that, come visit us.
Got it.
We absolutely want to help you on this journey.
And
so
even though it might feel embarrassing, they're used to this.
Please don't be embarrassed.
They're very used to the lady
Please
parts.
absolutely don't be embarrassed. This
Exactly.
is one of my favorite parts of my job.
There you go.
Taking care of women, educating them, and helping people to advocate for their own health care.
And live longer.
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay. I do want to ask about hereditary, because you and I were talking off camera beforehand. BRCA gene, sometimes I'm like, you know, with the Alzheimer's gene, you're like, do you get it, do you not? You advocate for people, if you do have a family history, to get the BRCA gene tested, right?
Absolutely. So hereditary cancer screening has sort of erupted onto the scene in the past few years, and I think it's absolutely amazing because it gives us a body of information to work with sooner in life, sometimes then we have symptomatology. So number one, talk to your family members about what's in your history.
And when you say that, are you saying immediate? Am I going to my grandparents, my cousins?
As much information as you can get.
Okay.
Because sometimes what you will find is there's a trend in the family. Oh, my mom had a lump or bump, grandma had a lump or bump, auntie had a lump or bump. And now we have this family history of breast cancer. And that's important because sometimes when you have a family history of breast cancer, that screening mammogram or ultrasound or MRI might happen sooner than that 48.
For sure.
Because then you're looking at what is called your index case, which is the youngest person in the family who's had it, and you want to screen before they had it.
You know where I heard index is from Olivia Munn, who's done a nice job of bringing awareness to this after she had that.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoy that so many of our prominent figures are speaking up and, you know, basically bringing this to the forefront and destigmatizing.
Yeah.
Which is so important.
Totally, and using their platform for good, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You're incredible. I feel
you.
kind of want her as my doctor. Okay, so I will come see Dr. Tiffany Wilson. Human kindness is what Common Spirit Health is all about. Visit their website and search for hospitals and doctors like Dr. Wilson in your area. Go to mountain.commonspirit.org. Find more interviews and information on 9news.com/Healthy Colorado. This Healthy Colorado segment is sponsored by Common Spirit Health.
Summertime and the living's easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mom's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Thanks for your company, Colorado. Portions of today's program were sponsored by the businesses listed on your screen. This has been one of my favorite shows. Thank you for joining us for the special Juneteenth edition of Good Friends Friday. I want to shout out to all my guests, LaDawn, Will, Mark, Matt, Dr. Tiffany, and all of you at home watching. Here with one last song called Gotta Get to 5 Points is Wil Alston. Happy Juneteenth. And we can all say bye together. Ready? Bye! Take it away.
Night settles in on Welton Street. The evening hum got his own kind of beat. Streets and buildings still whisper names, and every corner still knows both praise and pain. I hear footsteps in the wisdom of the past. Folks and laughter never say that fast. This ain't a street you can pass on through. It's a sacred village still breaking through. They say Billy sang truth through broken nights. Ella brought joy, made notes take flight. Miles spent time with a single sound, turned borrowed rooms into holy ground. Today, every bass line's got Charlie in it, a deep wooden truth, every beat committed. Every piano note's got Purnell sound, and Ken thumps the bass like no one around. Gotta get to 5 points where music calls your name, where the past and the present come together and remain. Yeah, I gotta get to 5 points where music swings and walks. If you listen close, you'll hear the streets still talk. Yeah, I gotta get to 5 points. Gotta get to 5 points where music calls your name, where the past and the present come together and remain. Yeah, I gotta get to 5 points where music swings and walks. If you listen close, you'll hear the streets still talk. Ooh, gotta get to 5 points. Ooh, gotta get to 5 points.